I had that. I had that. Alright. Hi everybody, we are team ECE 14.2 from Seattle University. My name is Patrick Springer.
I'm Josiah Arteaga.
And I'm Paul Bassi.
And the project we're working on this year is protective relaying plant DCS communication verification via the IEC 61850. For this project, our faculty advisor is Steve Zavia, and our three liaison engineers who all work at SNC-Lavalin are Britt Teagarden, Katie Gibbons, and Brian Brennan. So SNC-Lavalin is SNC-Lavalin Thermal Power is a multinational company that's involved in the engineering, procurement, construction, startup and testing, and operator training for thermal power plants throughout the world. So the project that they want us to do is a continuation of a project that was completed in the 2012 to 2013 academic year, in which they use the IEC 61850 protocol to set up Ethernet communications via protective relays to other protective relays. We're doing a continuation of that project in which we want to set up Ethernet communications from protective relays to the plant DCS system that SNC-Lavalin uses.
So talking a little bit more about the IEC 61850, it's commonly used in a substation protective network, and the way that it communicates between the DCS, as Pat says, a distributed control system, is through GOOSE messaging, which is an acronym for Generic Object-Oriented Sequence of Events. So these protective relays are connected throughout the DCS using Ethernet wires instead of hardwired, which saves a lot of cost and saves a lot of time and money. So this is one of the main outcomes from our project, to be able to implement the IEC 61850 standard to communicate between the protective relays. And the relays that we'll be using are from 4 different manufacturers, with the first being SEL, which we've began to look over a little bit, downloading some of the software, playing around with it. And as we get the protective relays in our hands, we'll have a better idea of what some of the buttons are, some of the functions, and what we can really do with it.
So we're going to be taking kind of an as-is approach, sort of starting where last year's team left off, finding where they found problems with the relay communications and seeing if we can further improve upon those. We're also going to be looking into the communication between the relays themselves and the DCS, the distributed control system. We're going to have a day to kind of get some training from Katie Gibbons, working with SNC, about how we can sort of do that, and we want to develop a test procedure that can be further used when designing and then eventually implementing these systems into the large-scale power plants. We are still waiting on the arrival of some of our assets, our equipment that we'll be using for this project, but we are actively working to learn more about relays and the IEC 61850 communication protocol and how we can use it most effectively for our project this year.
And thanks everybody. Stay posted for further updates in the future. Thanks for listening.